one meal a day, you are not starving yourself. You are activating a biological program that most modern humans have never truly accessed. Picture a massive warehouse where delivery trucks roll in nonstop. The supervisor is shouting, packages are stacking up so high they block the exits, and the ceiling is dripping because nobody has a free second to repair it. This isn't just imagery. This is your body running on constant meals and snacks. Now imagine what happens when you finally shut the gates and stop the deliveries. For the first time in years, the cleaning crew flips on the lights. Today we're focusing strictly on the physiology of what happens when you stop eating. We'll walk step by step through a 23-hour timeline, so you understand exactly why waiting for that single meal could be one of the most powerful health decisions you ever make. Let's start the clock. Hours 0 to 4. The timer begins the moment you finish your last bite. During these first 4 hours, you are physically satisfied. Your system is saturated with incoming energy. The stomach is grinding food down, breaking proteins into amino acids, and transforming carbohydrates into glucose. That glucose flows into the bloodstream, and the pancreas responds by releasing insulin. Insulin is the central player here. Think of insulin as a one-direction gate. When insulin is elevated, energy moves into cells. It does not move out. As long as insulin circulates at high levels, your fat cells are sealed vaults. In this stage, burning stored body fat simply does not occur. It is biologically shut off. During these early hours, your body prioritizes immediate fuel. It burns what is circulating in the blood. If there is extra, and with a modern diet there almost always is, insulin escorts that excess into storage. The liver and muscles convert it into glycogen. Glycogen is like a wallet full of small bills. Easy to access, quick to spend, but limited in supply. You feel normal here. Comfortable. Nothing dramatic is happening yet. Hours 4 to 12. Now you enter the stretch where most people quit. Around hours 6 to 8, blood sugar settles back toward baseline. The surge from your last meal fades. The warehouse grows quiet. Insulin, the busy supervisor, starts to leave for the day. At this point your brain sends a message. The quick cash in the wallet is getting low. This signal is driven by ghrelin, the hunger hormone. It rises. Your stomach growls. You might feel slightly irritable or distracted. Many people misinterpret this moment as danger. I'm shaky. I must need food. But you are not starving. You are transitioning away from instant fuel. Imagine a car that has always run on premium gasoline. Now it's being asked to switch systems. There's hesitation. A brief stutter. If you move past this phase, something remarkable happens. The liver recognizes that no new fuel is arriving. It opens the glycogen wallet and begins breaking down stored sugar to keep blood glucose steady. You are not losing muscle. You are not shutting down. You are simply spending stored energy you prepared earlier. Hour 12. By the 12-hour mark, glycogen reserves are significantly depleted. The easy cash is nearly gone. The body now faces a decision: conserve aggressively or unlock deeper reserves. Because you are built for survival, designed to function through long stretches without food, your system chooses access. Insulin drops to a low baseline. This drop is the biochemical green light your body has been waiting for. With insulin no longer blocking the exits, an enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase activates. This enzyme functions like a master key to fat cells. For the first time in perhaps days or weeks, stored fat begins to be released efficiently from adipose tissue. You are no longer powered by yesterday's sandwich. You are powered by stored energy on your own body. Hours 14 to 16, the fuel transition. Between hour 14 and 16, the experience of fasting often shifts. Hunger waves usually diminish. Why? Because your fuel source stabilizes. When relying on frequent meals, energy rises and crashes. It behaves like a roller coaster. When relying on body fat, energy becomes steady. Even a relatively lean person carries tens of thousands of calories in stored fat. That is an enormous battery. As fat breaks down, the liver converts fatty acids into molecules called ketones. This step is critical for the brain. The brain cannot directly burn fat. It needs glucose or ketones. And the brain performs exceptionally well on ketones. Ketones act as a clean-burning fuel. Glucose metabolism generates more metabolic byproducts, what we call oxidative stress. Ketones produce more energy per unit with less waste. This is why many people report a mental lift around hour 16. Brain fog fades. Focus sharpens. There is clarity rather than lethargy. From an evolutionary perspective, this makes sense. A hungry human becoming slow and confused would not survive. Hunger heightens awareness. It sharpens the hunter. Hours 16 to 18. Now we approach one of the most discussed aspects of fasting. Autophagy. Return to the warehouse image. For years, deliveries came nonstop. No cleaning, no repairs. By hour 18, the warehouse has been empty long enough for maintenance to begin. The manager realizes new materials are not arriving. To keep operations efficient, internal recycling must begin. Workers scan the facility for broken beams, rusted metal, and outdated equipment. They dismantle what is damaged and melt it down to build stronger structures. Inside your cells, a similar process unfolds. Damaged proteins are identified. Malfunctioning mitochondria, the energy factories, are targeted. Misfolded proteins that could contribute to neurodegenerative disease are broken apart. Even certain pathogens hiding within cells can be isolated. The cell forms a membrane around this debris, digests it, and repurposes the components into fresh building blocks. This process is autophagy, literally self-eating. It is your internal recycling and renewal system. When food is constantly present, this cleanup rarely activates. There is never downtime for repair. By fasting 18 hours and beyond, you allow the body to clear accumulated waste. Many people notice improvements in skin clarity, joint comfort, and overall vitality during consistent fasting. The body is finally addressing internal clutter. Hours 20 to 22. At this stage, skeptics often ask, if my body is breaking things down, isn't it burning muscle? Physiology suggests the opposite. As fasting deepens, the body releases protective hormones. One of the most significant is human growth hormone, HGH. Research shows that fasting can increase HGH dramatically compared to fed states. HGH functions as a muscle-preserving signal. It encourages fat utilization while helping safeguard lean tissue. Think of it this way. If you need heat and have a shed full of firewood outside, you burn the wood before dismantling your furniture. Stored fat is the woodpile. Muscle is essential structure. The combination of low insulin and elevated growth hormone creates a metabolic environment rarely experienced in constant feeding patterns. Fat oxidation increases while lean mass is protected. Hour 20. You are nearing your eating window. At this point, insulin sensitivity is heightened. Your cells resemble a dry sponge, ready to absorb nutrients efficiently. A constantly fed cell, by contrast, is like a sponge already soaked. Your digestive tract has rested for nearly a full day. Inflammation in the gut lining has had time to calm. Certain bacteria that depend on frequent sugar exposure have diminished, while resilient strains persist. You are operating on stored fat. Your brain is fueled by ketones. Cellular cleanup has been underway. Growth hormone remains elevated. You are not depleted. You are metabolically primed. The clock reaches hour 23. It is time to eat. This is where intention matters most. Because your system is highly receptive, what you consume has amplified impact. This meal is not compensation for deprivation. It is construction material. If you break a long fast with ultra-processed foods and high sugar, you create a sharp insulin surge and likely experience fatigue and bloating afterward. Instead, continue the metabolic logic you established. Step 1. Protein as the foundation. Choose high-quality sources: steak, eggs, fish, poultry. Your body requires amino acids to rebuild tissues and support repair initiated during fasting. Step 2. Incorporate healthy fats: olive oil, avocados, nuts, natural animal fats. Since your metabolism is already adapted to burning fat, including it supports steady energy and moderates insulin response. Step 3. Prioritize micronutrients and volume. Because you eat once, you must obtain sufficient minerals and vitamins in that meal. Large portions of vegetables, leafy greens, cruciferous varieties, and fermented foods help provide potassium, magnesium, and supportive compounds for digestion. When the meal is nutrient-dense and satisfying, something interesting occurs. Fullness signals begin functioning properly. Leptin, the hormone signaling satiety, and ghrelin, signaling hunger, regain balanced communication. You stop eating when nourished, not when uncomfortably stuffed. The adaptation phase. Transitioning directly from frequent eating to one meal a day can feel difficult. The body needs time to improve fat-burning efficiency and ketone production. This flexibility is called metabolic adaptation. In early stages, some people experience headaches or fatigue. Often this relates to electrolyte shifts. As insulin drops, the kidneys release water and sodium, replacing electrolytes. Even adding a pinch of salt to water during fasting can ease symptoms. Gradual adjustment works best. Delay breakfast by a few hours. Extend the fasting window slowly. Allow your system to adapt rather than forcing an abrupt change. It is also important to recognize that fasting is a physiological stressor. Individuals under extreme stress, with poor sleep, certain hormonal conditions, or specific medical issues should approach extended fasting cautiously and with professional guidance. This approach is intended for generally healthy adults. It is not appropriate during pregnancy, breastfeeding, active eating disorders, or without supervision if managing certain medical conditions. Modern food environments encourage constant consumption and fear of hunger. Yet hunger itself is not an emergency. It is a signal, one that can be understood and managed. Beyond body composition changes and time efficiency, OMAD can create a sense of metabolic freedom. You are no longer controlled by frequent blood sugar swings. The rhythm becomes simple: seek, nourish, recover. You are not starving. You are engaging an ancient program that allows repair, resilience, and clarity. If you experiment with this approach, pay attention to your own timeline.